Hey, long time no see. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's Thursday night. It's the last Thursday of the month. We are basically through July now, so that's good. That's good. That means it's GVO After Dark. Welcome, everybody. And we're just gonna say hey to everybody in the chat, and we'll be getting started real soon. In less than 2 minutes, we will get the show on the road. Usually like to start a little early, to get the highs in and whatnot. But yeah, we got Trackside Mike. How's it going, Mike? And the Curly Express, Dwight Curly. How's it going? And we've got Missile Hunter and Brian from Inked Rails. How's it going? And Sparky, Mr. 107 himself. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I know people are still coming in from Keeping Track, which I don't know what episode that was, but that just finished premiering. So if you did miss it, you can always go back and watch it again. Lots to talk about tonight. We're going to do a bit of a Q&A. So if anybody in the chat does have some questions for myself or my co-host, then make sure you remember that down. And then when we do the Q&A after, make sure to pull those questions out and throw them in the chat, and we will be happy to oblige. Nathan DeLay, how's it going, Nathan? And Justin, how's it going, Justin? And CP368 Productions, and Tim from They Make It Like That. If you guys didn't see it, Eminem Rails did a promo video. He usually does a promo video every month, at least once a month for the GVO After Dark. I was telling him earlier, I said, man, this is probably one of the funniest ones, because of course we're poking fun at Tim, but I think at this point, when you're friends with us, it's all fair game. It's fair game. We can go there, and there's no harm, no foul. So, hey Tim, and James, Mr. James Galton, how's it going? And just to let you guys know, both James and Mike, they do a live show every Monday, and they did a really cool one, very unique, this past week at the Roundhouse, downtown Toronto. So if you missed it, go back and check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe. And they do shows every Monday night. Dennis Drennan, how's it going? And if I missed anybody, I'm super sorry, but it's super cool to see everybody showing up for GVO After Dark, the once a month show where we talk everything trains and the hobby. And it's really great to share this with all of you. Before we get started, I'm going to bring in my special guest. You might have heard him singing his heart out this past month in a couple of music videos. Now, I'm not talking about Chad Krueger. I'm not talking about Avril Lavigne or the sweet soundings of Miss Celine Dion. I'm talking about our very own Eminem Rails.
Oh, hey! Wow, Chris, you're too kind. Hey. Hi, everyone. So glad to be here.
So glad to have you. Welcome. Did you get a call from Celine yet?
I'm waiting. Cell phone's right here. I'm still waiting.
Oh man, one of these days.
One of these days.
We'll get them.
Yeah. And thanks for the kudos in the video. It took me 35 takes, so I've had 35 cookies.
Where's my cookies? I still want cookies.
I made 36. This is the 36th cookie.
Oh,
I was like, it's not good. It's not good enough. I messed up. Let's do it again. I kept saying they make it like that, and I was like, no, they bake it like that. They bake it like that.
It's so hard to get it right because you have it set in your mind. Yeah.
No, totally. And then the hat fell off my head once, and I dropped a cookie once. 35 takes. I'm telling you.
Finally. there's so many Easter eggs in that. You know what I mean? East End. I die a little bit every time I see something hilarious like that. So it's amazing. How much thought goes into this? Really, like, do you sit there writing things down and this would be hilarious? This is hilarious.
So, here's a story. I'm glad you asked, Chris. Here's a story. Actually, speaking of Easter eggs, if you go back and watch, I know you mentioned Trackside Mike. The hat that I'm wearing is the one that Trackside Mike gave me in Tilsonburg.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
Okay. Yeah. So one live show, it must have been your live show, or I was watching a live show, and I came on late, and I said, "Sorry, I'm late. I was watching They Bake It Like That." I got no response. I was like, "What? That's not funny." No response from anyone in the chat. No response from the person doing the live. So I was a little bit dejected, and I said, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to use that in the future then, because since everyone just kind of passed by it, I'm going to reuse that joke."
I think there's like a certain hour during the night, no matter who it is and what live you're doing, everybody's just, they zone out, you know? So for the chat and whatnot, it's like you're reading it, but you're not really getting it. It's kind of like when you watch a movie and you're in a bad mood and you're like, I didn't like that movie. Well, it's because you're in a bad mood, but you go back and watch it when you're in a good mood and it's, oh, okay, it was actually a good movie. So it really depends. But when you single it out just for what it is, right there in the video, it worked so well. And yeah.
Thank you.
In this episode today, via strikes, and we've got new announcements from Rapido and Mini Prince. And sorry. And we've got new things in store from Rapido, so that's cool too. Keeping track, we did touch on that for a minute there, but we'll revisit it and we can talk about that a little bit. We've got our streamer schedules for August. It's almost August. Like, I think it's like 3 or 4 days left of this month.
Don't remind me.
Oh, wow, really? And of course more. We've got the Q&A. So guys, don't forget your questions, and we will try to find you the answers. So, up first, the news. Via Rail Canada has reached tentative agreements with Unifor's Council 4000 and Local 100. The union, representing some 2,400 employees working in stations, on trains, in maintenance centers, and the Via Customer Center and administration offices. Via was pleased to have negotiated the agreements and recognized the hard work of both parties during the process. Via regrets any uncertainties that the strike notice issued by the union may have caused. So we're glad that they didn't strike. They didn't end up striking. They came to agreement, because that would have been a lot of people walking off the job. And I know, like, a lot of people who take the train daily or go on trips, they would have had to reschedule and miss out. So
yeah, my parents canceled the trip. They didn't want to take a chance.
Really?
Yeah.
So it affects everybody, right? You wouldn't think, but then it does. And it was just about a month ago that CP had gone on strike, but it was like a total of an hour that they were on strike. Do you remember? Mainline was talking about that. He had said they went on strike, but then within an hour, boom, done, and they were back to work. So the longest hour of life. So this past month, I find that there hasn't been a lot of like amazing releases and whatnot, and I find it hard sometimes to find these for you guys, just to kind of really show you all the different things that you might be missing or that you'd be interested in. But I always try to find the cool ones to let you guys know that this is available now, or this is coming, this is on its way. But new in store, we've got the Rapido bi-level passenger cars. Now, they had already released one set. I think it was an Amtrak. No, which one did they? AMT, I think. That showed up like a month early, but now all of them are available. And I did a unboxing and review of these cars. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. I love them. And I also did a live running yesterday. Was it? Yes, Wednesday. Yesterday I did a live running, and it was fun. Yep.
There's a guy on YouTube. I forget what channel it was, but he did something crazy. He bought like 12 go-karts.
Yeah, what a nut.
For this guy, 12.
And it's funny because I think David Atkins was saying that it was crazy that I paid $100 for one of these.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
$355 for a set of 3 of these. And then, well, because it's tough because with the coach cars, I mean, they're lidded cars. They're obviously very prototypical and whatnot. So you're getting a really solid car. But then with the cab car, which goes on the very end, there's speakers in there. There's a decoder it comes with. It's not a sound decoder, but you can always swap it for a sound decoder. And you're looking at a price range of roughly about $320 to $337 for these box sets. And there's 4 different box sets for the Go Transit, and then many of the other ones. But be very, very careful where you're purchasing your stuff from. I've seen sets of 3, go for over $400 Canadian, and that's from the store. So do the smart thing. OVR Trains. That's where I get it from. Best prices. And of course, for my N scale viewers, because they do exist, Tim, I know you're out there. You're not here with us, but you're somewhere right now. Rapido just delivered finally after 2 years. The Via F40 in locomotive in N scale. You can get the delivery scheme, the rebuild, which is in the Renaissance, and also the $10 bill version that we had a $10 bill at one point that had a Via Rail on it. Very nice. I don't know why they stopped that. I don't know. And they're mostly sold out everywhere now. So it kind of makes this, I mean, if you find one, all the more to you, but most of them are sold out everywhere now. And if you did buy one, you were probably paying anywhere between $178 for a DC and $294 for a DCC and sound.
Do you follow is it Leon Trains for Brains?
Trains for Brains, yeah.
Yeah, he just posted a video a while ago. He ran a nice Via with the LRCs at N scale. Looked very nice.
Yeah, because those came out just prior to when the F40s were supposed to come out, but they sent them all back, and they all had to be redone. I believe it was just the motor. There was an issue with the motor.
Jeez.
And yeah, I mean, it sucks because you have to wait another year for these models, but what would you rather do? Wait a year and get something that's amazing, or take it as is and then send it back anyways because, not that great. So I'm really happy for the N-scalers because I love my HO ones. And I know you do too. You have some too, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah. So it's nice that they're doing the same thing for N-scalers as well, because I think that's one of the common things that they get asked is, well, you did it in HO, are you doing it in N-scale as well? So, but yeah. And then for announcements, new announcements from Rapido as well. Geez, I should just make this the Rapido show, Like, I mean, they're very consistent in putting out stuff and announcing stuff at least once a month. But
they are, yeah, good, such good videos. I look forward to their videos.
Oh yeah. And they actually announced this past month in both HO and N scale, so no one gets left out unless you do S scale and O scale and G scale. But HO and N definitely get the Rapido NSC 73-foot center beam flat cars. You can get road names like BCOL, BNSF, CN, CP, and there was also a few more. HO singles are 59, where N scale singles are 47, or you can get a 6-pack for $350 for HO, or $275 for a 6-pack of N scale. And there's 6 numbers of each. So lots to choose from, lots to add to your, oh my gosh, it's Dave Co.
Dave Co. Oh.
Hi, Dave. I didn't really plan that. He just showed up. But hey, Dave.
Good to see you in the chat.
And yeah.
I think Dave's kind of like, I don't want to compare to Elvis, but he's more popular now than he was when he was on the show. When's Dave coming back?
Hey,
where's that bacon guy?
Well, I mentioned this earlier. It's fair game. He's friends with us, so fair game. It's his fault. So,
Yeah, that friend that likes bacon of yours. Where's he? When's he gonna show up? We miss him.
I have no idea. He's around. He's busy playing with cars. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, have you seen that his new it's a Mustang, right?
Yes.
I'm not a car guy. I don't know.
It's it has 4 wheels and a motor, so it must be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may take me for a ride on it Wednesday. I'm pretty excited about that.
Ooh. Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I missed the whole Krueger ride, but I might get a Mustang ride. With Dave Co.
I could just see you two with the top down and just your hair in the breeze. It's just you two are the. Oh man, I can't with you guys. I just can't. That's why I got to sit that one out. There's too much awesome going on in one car, and it's like I can't.
Yeah.
Here's something different. Not too different, but different enough to say it's different. Mini Prince, they actually just delivered payphones. Now you can get your very own HOS or O scale payphones.
I remember those.
Yeah, what? You ordered something?
I remember those. I remember the payphones.
Oh, you remember the payphone? I thought you said you
aren't
ordered
they're like antiques now.
Yeah. And you know what? I drive by one every single day, and it's like, does that thing work?
Yeah,
I never wanted to stop and try, but yeah, no, it's fun. And they've got 2 wall-mounted ones that you can get, and 2 phones on a pedestal. HO scale is $9. I think it's Canadian. And $13 for an S scale, and O scale will be $19, and then you get the 4 payphones. So awesome work, Mini Prince. Sometimes Bernard shows up, but he didn't show up yet. But he's somewhere making something mini, which is cool.
I went to his website the other day for like the first time in a long time. It's the first time I went. He had like geese, moose, and a Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got pages and pages of cool stuff. Very neat.
Something for everyone, I think. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. And also with the minis of the month, $24.99 American, you get hand-picked minis sent right to your door. So that's awesome too. So go check them out. That was a shameless plug. It was a quick one. It's the only one I'm going to do this live stream OVRtrains.com. And I promise I won't do any more. I promise. Keeping Track. You were there. You watched Keeping Track.
I was there.
What did you think of those auto racks?
Well, besides the price, they're very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest. I just stepped out for a bit to walk my dog. But did you review the couplers on all of them?
I had mentioned
the
couplers.
How about the Atlas one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very stuck with the Atlas ones. I've never really been a fan of Atlas couplers, and I know even the Ottawa Ho-Track Club, they say no Atlas couplers whatsoever. So they're not even allowed on a layout. So, if that tells you anything, But the Protomax, which is usually what the Walthers has on them, they're really good. Like for a non, what are they called? KD. for something that's not KD and a coupler, they're really good.
Yeah.
So, and I brought my 2 favorite ones. Can I show you my favorite ones? I know I didn't really, this is my favorite one, but
I was waiting for that.
The Walthers one.
I called it. Go back to the chat.
I don't know if it's the blue. I'm going to call it Blue Jay Blue for all my Torontonians out there. Blue Jay Blue. And honestly, it's so nice. Like I was worried about buying Autoracks because I've never bought Autoracks before. And when I saw this one, I was like, oh. And I think there's a BNSF one which is like this, but it's orange. And it's really bright and it looks really nice. I didn't get it because obviously I had to get the other ones, but and then the runner up for me, which I mean, you know, I don't have like a rich taste or anything like that, but I could not help how amazing these Intermountain ones look. Like I can literally see through it. It's crazy how realistic it is, and every single little individually applied grab iron. It's nuts. I wonder. See, Mike said that if you use a, I'm gonna break it on here on camera. This is not gonna be good. Oh man. Either way, got one half open and the other one half pushed in. So that's gonna be a yeah, I'll deal with that later. But anyways, amazing cars, amazing cars. And shout out to OVR Trains, OVRtrains.com. I know that was the last one. I promise, last one. They sent these out to me, and shout out to Lauren and the gang. So yeah, but yeah, nice. And rail fanning with the kids. You know, I think that's what really gets them interested in the hobby and whatnot. When you see the real thing, and like I said in the video, like both CP Rail and Via Rail were such great sports, and you know, I know that there's certain rules that they have to follow with, you know, honking horns and ringing their bells and stuff. But the kids had a blast, and
I noticed that too. That was like, and that's just one day there, eh?
One day. I think we got there. I literally showed up, and I think it was a P42 with a bunch of silver cars. It was just leaving, and then we went and grabbed subs, came back and set up shop there, and we waited about 45 minutes for the first train, and then after that it just seemed like it was one right after another.
Wow, that's awesome.
The two CP freight, like the one pulled in and it was going real slow, so I basically had cut that clip because, you know, it comes to a stop and it's like, well,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
hey, I'm filming here. Keep going. I'm filming.
Yeah, just keep going. Go down the line. And they had to stop because the other one was coming this way. And one of the gentlemen, you actually kind of see him there. I had no idea who he was, but he had mentioned, he said that the all child lives matter, whatever it is. The orange locomotive is going to be coming through, and I'm like, oh, what? You know, because it's like seeing the military trains, right? Like they're
of course,
like in the U.S. or out west, but to be there at that time and see it go through, it was really awesome.
Yeah, it's a good catch.
And one of my kids jumped onto the train as it was going by, and I haven't seen him since. He just jumped right into the well car. Riker, if you're out there, come home. Your mother misses you. Yeah.
Look for a kid doing this.
He gets to the point where he's like this. Just go. It's funny because I have no idea why he go.
This is my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. We were like, I want to say at least 10 feet away from the train.
Yeah, you were close.
Very close. You drive right up to it, and you know,
before summer ends, I want to go.
Yeah.
Ends, yeah.
I know Bubs really wants to go, and you know, we'll take you out there. Bring Lily, and we'll make an afternoon of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time to have with the kids, and you know, we've gone before, and it was really cold or raining and kind of miserable. And it's just one of those things where it was perfect day. We stopped at Walmart, picked up some lawn chairs, and went out and spent the day, and it was awesome. So
that's great.
They're already bugging to go back. So I think it's mostly for the Subway though, but those kids love Subway. But yeah, I do that every month. We do a keeping track, and it always airs right before GVO After Dark. That was a long one. That was a 45-minute long ordeal. I had to cut some of that and speed up some of that long train because there was just too much of a clip. Even people were like, "That is a long train."
Well, you see one container well car, like it's you see them all.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
I probably could have cut it right off, but then it's hard to mix it where you're cutting it when a train shows up and then another train.
I know.
So,
yeah.
But either way, it was fun. It was fun to see all that and all the VIA. I mean, can't get enough of that. So
I honestly, I think I see a new VIA coach car every time. New paint scheme. Yeah.
It feels that way. What we need those silver bud cars. Seriously, we're missing that because it's a very modern car, and you can run it like, as you saw, you can run it by itself in like five cars, 6 cars, or you can mix it in with your LRCs, which it looks kind of weird, but it's real, so why not, right? So next month the streamer schedules. So we usually do Third Rail Thursday, which is every Thursday night, 8:00, and Tim from They Make It Like That usually takes the first Thursday, and that'll be on the 4th, so next week. And then I'll be on the 11th, so back here on Thursday the 11th. And Eminem Rails, this guy, he'll be on the 18th, I hope. And then we would be back here on the 25th for the next installment of GVO After Dark.
Sorry about that. That's the dogs fighting.
Is Lily a drummer by any chance?
It's still vibrating.
They just knocked over a coffee table, like an end table.
Coffee table?
That's made of metal.
It's metal, right? Iron or metal.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to mute, but leave a huge.
Sorry.
Is there a huge dent in the floor now? Sorry about that. It's like they're quiet all night, chewing their bones, and then I have to go do a live show. Let's go, start it up.
Wait, how many dogs are there?
Sorry.
2. We're babysitting our kids' big bulldog.
Oh.
And they chase it around and they fight. Well,
nice.
They play fight.
Ah.
So I'm trying to mute them out, but I missed the gong show there.
The one's 16 pounds and one's 50 pounds. Explain that.
So August 18th. I'll put it on my calendar right now, so don't forget.
I thought we already mentioned it, but it's cool. Did I not send you the schedule? Did I forget?
I don't think so.
Uh-oh. Is the 18th okay with you?
Yeah, good to go.
Okay, good. So what have you been up to this past month there with all your videos that you're actually putting out? And I guess this is what happens when you're not working, right? Like, it's summertime. And by the way, we're doing a super lax show tonight, guys. There is no special guest tonight, just Mark. Mark is the only special guest here. So basically, because it's summer, we're all just chilling out. We get like a month without snow here in Canada, so why not, right?
Yeah, boom, July 1st, school mode's over.
Mm-hmm.
Train mode hits, so it's almost like a second job. A fun second job though, because I'm always thinking about videos and what to do next, and so my head's very full of ideas and video ideas and layout ideas. Like I was telling you before we started the show, I just finished a local shed another local shed for my maintenance yard. Painted it, weathered it, add lights. So I have tons of footage that I go through and edit. I 2 series for the summer. Rail Fanning with Lily. First good episode. Lots of good comments. I appreciate that from everyone. So I got to film episode 2. I have the footage for episode 2 of the Walters series, and that's going to be coming up hopefully Sunday. Hopefully, aiming for Sunday for that one.
No, we'll break that one down because obviously Rail Fanning with Lily. I mean, it's all, you know. If you don't know what that is, then
Yeah. Rail Fanning with my dog. She's never been, so I'm going to take her to places around Ottawa and outskirts of Ottawa. Stroller trains.
I'm sure she's been more places than you.
Oh,
Maybe she's taking you Rail Fanning.
Yeah. And it's funny because we all watched your Keeping Track as a Family.
Oh,
That's what we do. And during the Rail Fanning section, she was totally engaged. I'm not kidding you. She's like chewing her bone. The train goes by. I know that sound. So she's what's the expression? She's a foamer. She's a rail fanner, like for sure. Foaming at the mouth.
Oh,
it's either rabies. I'm not sure. So
it's railbees. You got to get her railbees shot.
Yeah. I should have filmed it though because she was actually watching your rail fanning segment. It's so cute. So that series is a hit. I'm aiming for 5 episodes. It's a little ambitious, but 3 at least. And yeah, so then the Walters series, I teamed up with this not a YouTuber, but a model railroader who watches YouTube, and he is a fan of the switch machines. So what he's been doing, he's my go-to guy because he contacts Walters for me.
Oh,
not for me like directly, but indirectly. Because if he has a question, he'll contact Walters, and then they'll contact him, you know, and then he reports back to me. So he told me how to fix my my light panel, the lights on my panel.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched last week, my live show, I showed you I have green lights now, which is totally awesome, which I wanted from day one 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this Sunday I'll show you how I did that in a quick little video for that second episode. It was actually very easy. The hardest part was I had to take out my switch machine, like uninstall it, unmount it, I guess. And I had to mount it in again. It's so hard to do. For me. Like
did you glue it in? Is that why?
No, I screwed it in, but it's not like putting a screw in the hole. I had to like fiddle with it. Because I put it in, and I hit the button, and it switched, and it just moved a little bit. Okay, I'll move over here. It's just like, anyway.
They're awesome switch machines, but you know, just like anything else, there's so much fine tuning to it, and it's even worse like when you're doing something like that by yourself, because I mean you can't be above the layout and below the layout at the same time, you know.
Well, that too, yeah. And I was sweating, and so I have my left hand holding the switch machine, right hand trying to guide it, and I find a sweet spot. I was like, "Do not move it, do not move it." I go under the layout, and of course, just I move my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, start it again.
Yeah.
It all works now. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not touching it.
I can't remember if it was like the first time or the second time I was over at Dave's house when he had his first layout. Well, I wouldn't say it was his first layout, but the layout in the room where it went around the room,
yes.
opposed to the one that he has now. And I was helping him move some tortoises, and even that was, you know,
that's a slow job, eh? Moving tortoises.
Honestly,
so slow. They don't cooperate, and they're the shells are so heavy. Yeah. You got rid of those, eh? Now the baby's here? Because they snapped. That is, I remember they snapped, and he was afraid that they would snap his baby, so he got rid of the tortoises. Oh, sorry, I cut you off there. Go ahead, keep going. I'm like, what? It's getting past that hour, man. You got to be very, forward with the joke. I'm lost already. So you help Dave with his switch machines, yeah?
Nice.
Yes. And then Yeah, it wasn't any easier doing those, and
Yeah.
his were basically already in place. But again, making the finer adjustments just so that everything works, better.
But once they work, they're
Oh,
very
yeah.
they're cool.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely the Walthers ones are easier to wire and whatnot. But I'm really intrigued to see how you did, or how you're able to do the lighting, because I mean, I'm okay with where you have the plug and then you turn it this way and you plug it in the same way, and then it just changes the color from like green to yellow, as if it's like reversed. So instead of it going like this way, it goes like this way. Right.
Yeah.
But that's all I know. That's the extent of that. So
I'm almost tempted, but I probably won't. But I'm tempted to buy another switch machine just to experiment, because there's different things you can do with the lights. You can have, I think you can have all the lights light up at the same time.
Really?
I think. Like,
see,
so,
but like they don't actively leave these instructions for everybody, which is what gets me. I don't understand why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Buy our product. Look at all these cool things you can do with it. Or it's a switch machine.
And also, you need. I'll explain the video on Sunday, but you need. I don't want to say soldering expertise, but you need a fine tip soldering iron and a steady hand, because honestly, the gap they have to solder, there's 2 plates, and the gap at the solder is like hair thin.
Really?
Yeah, I'll explain on Sunday, but anyway, it was super easy to do. The hardest part was putting the switch machine back in place. Oh my God, I'll never take it out again until I move.
Huh. Well, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how that is done, and I'm sure if anybody else has Walther's switch machines, or you're thinking about getting Walther switch machines, then that would definitely be something that you'll want to watch for sure.
And some of these tips might be transferable over to other switch machines. I'm not sure. It's possible.
But now we've got Nathan DeLay. He's asking a question here. Mark, can you dress up one of your dogs as a train engineer and one as Freddy Krueger?
Holy!
Any Halloween, because Halloween is right around the corner. So
yeah, this will be Lily's first Halloween, so we'll have to get her a costume. I don't know about Freddy Krueger. She does have the nails for Freddy Krueger, but
I'm a fan of the classic putting your dog in a hot dog outfit. I'm a sucker for that. It's such a cheap thrill that it basically writes itself. I just that speaks loudly about my character. But anyways, we're looking forward to seeing what you do with that with Lily. So
yeah, thank you. Speaking of hot dogs, Chris W is in the chat.
Whoa!
Remember him?
I remember that guy, that Via guy. That guy's cool.
Hey, Chris. And there's DJ too.
Oh, DJ. Hey, DJ. I know him. I met him. He's as awesome, maybe even more awesome in person.
More awesome.
I think so. And yeah, great guy. But he disappeared. I don't know where he went. I didn't get to say goodbye, DJ. That's that sucks. But that just means you have to come out again next year. Fingers crossed, next year. Take 2. Bubs is asking as well. Chris and Mark, what are you thinking for rail fanning? Take your pick on where you want to go when I get back. Kodo Junction, Dorval, Brockville, Cornwall, or Smitty Falls.
Smitty Falls.
I can call it that.
Gosh.
Now that footage there was from Smiths Falls, but I've been to Kodo Junction, and I've also been to Dorval. I think that's up. Well, I mean, you can't do all that without going to the train store that's out in Laval there. So
yeah,
a little bit of everything, right? But Brockville, I have not been to, and I don't think I've been to Cornwall either. But I think I have.
Same.
I don't know. But Smith's Falls is great though. So. I like just
Up
sitting
there.
trackside. You know, you pull up and
Yeah.
you're there. Do your thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I gotta think about that one, Bubs. They're all good spots.
Yeah, tough call. Tough call. I gotta play catch up with the chat here because I have not been.
Questions are coming in.
Yeah. And like I said, if you guys have questions, we're doing somewhat of a laid back GVO After Dark tonight. And you know, we're answering your questions as well and whatnot. We're taking questions from the chat. Things you want to know. Mark, you've been working on your layout, right? What's new with the layout?
Well, I have started the maintenance yard finally. I'm calling it that. Again, zero prototypical features whatsoever, as you know. That's how I roll. Freelance baby. So the shed's up. I want to try. You did it on your previous layout. I want to do a cement pad. What are they called?
Yeah,
Cement
like
pads.
a
concrete pads, whatever.
Yeah.
So the track goes on to cement. All you see is the rails. There's no ties. The ties are buried under cement. So I want to try that with either the Woodland Scenics stuff, the putty stuff there.
Yep.
The name is escaping for a second. Or I want to use styrene. So I want to try that.
I think they have pave it.
Pave it. No, smooth it. Smooth it.
Smooth it. Yeah, there you go.
So I want to try smooth it, but I don't know. I don't like mess.
It is honestly, it's a very messy product. That's why I just use the foam core, and then I cover it with the plaster stuff because it's very minimal. The only mess I get from that is sanding, and that's an easy, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that foam core stuff that you use.
Honestly, it's the most least expensive thing you could probably do.
Yeah. And what's the thing about styrene and foam is that you have to, how do I explain it? Because the tires are in the way.
So I was cutting it like, if this is the foam core board, right?
Yeah.
I cut it down here, like maybe halfway and maybe closer to the top, and then you score it here, and that you're basically cutting out the area where the ties are.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this will butt right up to the rails.
Okay.
So.
Well, maybe I'll try that then.
Would be worth it. I mean, even if it doesn't work out or whatever, you know, it's like it's $1 for the foam core, you know.
Exactly.
No big. Brian from Inked Rails. How's it going, Brian? He is asking, what was the hardest part to build on each of your layouts?
See the track work, putting down the cork, building the bench work, building the kits. No, I'm just kidding. The hardest part. That's my stomach. That's not the dog's.
Hardest part of building any layout is finding a track plan that fits, I think.
Well, good answer. Good answer.
I mean,
I don't know if hard's the word for it, because so far nothing's been hard. It's been challenging, I guess. Because everything for me in this layout is pretty much something new. Putting in switch machines, that was new, so that was hard, but doable. Putting in a lift out, the duck lift, that was tricky. That wasn't easy, but again, doable. I'm going to be installing, hopefully again soon before summer's over, some crossing signals that flash from Walthers. Again, that's going to be new and it's going to be tricky. anything under the layout for me is tough. Like getting down on my knees and under the dark layout with wires going every which way. More wires just keep coming down, and I just got to try and organize the wires, and that's not easy.
How high is your layout off the ground?
Like 4 feet-ish.
Oh, okay. So even laying on your back, working upward, it's quite the stretch, eh?
Yeah. Plus, I have storage under my layout. So.
See, because I was actually able to, because my bottom level is like the same height as a normal table, like a table height. So this very table that I'm using right now, the legs collapse. So I was able to slide this under my layout, and then I would lay on this because it's a lot easier to lay on this than like the hard ground.
Yeah, nice.
I'd be able to work like this a little bit.
Yeah.
That's just one level. But
you see, when I do that though, the solder drips on my glasses. It's just so frustrating. I mean, anyway.
I don't think I do any soldering under the layout because I use all the. You're being sarcastic.
I'm joking. Yeah. I thought about for the switch machines again. You get the solder to make the lights go green, and for a second I thought, do I solder under the layout? I'm like, no, I'll take it out. I'll bite the bullet. I dreaded it. I dreaded taking the switch machine out because it was a pain in the butt to put in there. Again, sorry for the dogs. It's so hard to put to mount those switch machines. I thought, oh my gosh. But I really want green lights, so it was worth it. But yeah, I'll never they're staying in there from now on. Yeah, there's Bernard. Bernard's in the chat. So yeah, I think everything's challenging, everything's hard. If it's your first time, I think it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you do it, I don't know.
I think for a lot of mine is just the reach for a lot of the areas, doing certain things or not being able to progress in certain areas without completing other things first. For example, I could not start my second level until my helix from 1 to 2 was done. But I could not progress on my helix until behind the helix was completely scenic, because there would have been no way that I would have been able to fit back there if it was, if the helix was done. So
yeah,
areas like that, it's just, you have to be 10 steps ahead in some areas and then 20 steps behind in other areas. And
I know. That happens a lot with me, actually. That happens a lot because I walk in the training room, I'm like, okay, what should I do? I look around. Okay, I want to do that. But I can't do that because I have to do that. And before I do that. You know what? I'll do it tomorrow. Forget it.
And I think the biggest thing is that a lot of people say, okay, well, I'm going to get my main line done first, which, I mean, technically, yeah, you want to get your main line done, not just so that you can run it and test it and actually be able to enjoy the hobby. But there's also all the little things that you have to do while, building the main line. Now, I think a good question for a lot of people would be, do you just run your track and then cut in your switches when you want to add? Because switches are expensive. And, so I've seen it where a lot of people will just run the main line or their double main line. And then they come back later and they'll say, well, I'm going to put an industry here. So I'm going to cut a section of track and then I'm just going to add my switch here. Do you guys do that? Or do you guys say, well, no, I'm going to have an industry here, so I need a switch here. So I can't progress past this point until I add the switch and then I can keep going. So it's one of those.
Lots of YouTubers do that, eh? Like the videos I watch. Mm-hmm. I'll watch one update, and the next update they say, well, I moved this, I switched this, I cut this, I added this. Like, man, good for you, because I do not want to do that.
It's so easy to get lost in it. Like, oh man. Oh, okay, my chat is updating. Yeah. Oh, Chris has been on a safari. I have no idea if he's joking or not. that's one of those things where like Chris could be joking about the safari, but he could also be telling the truth. So either way. Heath has a question. I think it was a question. I need glasses. Did someone say questions? I can ask questions. Okay, so it wasn't a question, but it was a question. It was a half question.
The answer is yes. You can ask questions.
Well, almost any question. We're trying to keep it train related, but yes.
A safari in Flin Flon? He made that up. Flin Flon?
I don't know what that is.
Flin Flon, Manitoba. A safari in Flin Flon, Manitoba.
Okay, safari in Manitoba.
I don't know about that.
Right there. There's no such thing. No way. He's been ducking us. You ducking us, man? Chris is great. I gotta get him on here one time. Oh man.
I miss that guy.
Yeah. Chris is cool. And it's all in the name, right? I don't know anybody else by that, but you know.
Okay, put up DJ. Oh, there you go. Read my mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So DJ, he's asking, is there any kit or project you've been too intimidated to build? I have this 3D printed church from eBay, and it's so super detailed, even on the inside, that I'm afraid to start. Go.
Well, so far, no. There's been no build. I do Walthers or Pike stuff. Very simple, very easy. And it's funny because DJ mentioned detailed. When I was putting together the local shed, it's just me. I skipped all the small details. Because unlike Bernard, I don't sweat the small stuff. I didn't put the rain gutters on. I was like, no, small details. Yes, they look cool, and if I had interested in it, I would put them on, but I was like, forget it.
Now, you were talking to me about the Pike stuff kit and trying to cut out the doors and the windows and how nothing is perforated on the kit that you have.
So yeah, I wasn't intimidated. I wasn't like, well, I'm not going to do that. Just like, just pain in the butt. I've yet to scratch build a structure. That's on my to-do list. And from my experience with this Pike stuff build, it's going to be tricky. You need good tools to do a good scratch build. Good tools, good material. So maybe next summer. I'll do it later.
I love kit building. I've done little kits. I've done big kits. But I've never really done any wood kits. And I think wood kits is where you get into a lot more of the detail. It's a lot tougher to do. And I've never done it. I don't think it's because I'm intimidated by it. I personally just prefer like Walther's kits and whatnot. I really like the type of plastic they use compared to the DPM or what are they called? DMP, something like that. Whatever. It's a thicker plastic, and I don't really like it. It doesn't glue well. But Walther's kits, I love them, and you can detail the insides. It's a bit more work, but it's something that it's not really on the forefront of what I'm working on at the moment. Personally, I'll dabble in doing some graffiti or weathering, but I've never got into the super detailing of structures yet.
Yeah.
But
same here.
Real soon though. Hopefully, I do a lot of the mini print stuff. Whenever Bernard sends out mini prints and whatnot, I really love doing those. So it's definitely something you'll see on the outside of buildings, just not so much on the inside.
Yeah.
Heath finally has a question.
A real one?
Did a video where he stuck some HO scale rolling stock in the dryer and it came out as N scale. Did you ever try and water the N scale to bring it back? No, it's buried in my garden and I've been waiting for that thing to grow for like at least 3 years. I don't know.
Although, you know what I did in Tilsonburg, speaking of N scale, I poured water on Tim, DJ, Sean McGee was there. Not the reaction I was expecting, that's for sure.
Oh, and
They looked hot.
it was a hot day. Sheesh.
My neck is still sunburnt.
Mike is asking, any stay alives going into your locomotives, and where do you get them?
Oh, I wish.
I was thinking about getting Dave to do it. I'm sure if I asked nicely, Dave, yours works so well. Do you want to do mine?
It's so cool. I said it before, but it's so cool. You take the train off the tracks and put it on the bench work at the table. Just keeps going for a little bit. So
Yeah.
cool.
Good old keep alive. It's good to see how much, how far the hobby has come in the last few years. It's crazy.
That's the best method. The best way to clean your track is to keep alive in your engines.
That's true. I hope, because I was talking to James and Mike the other day, and I told James that I'm going to be giving James a couple of locomotives, and I told him that I clean them. I hope he doesn't think that I put them in the washing machine. That's all I have to say about that. But Heath is asking, Mark, did you figure out how to address that new locomotive yet? I think this is going to haunt you. It's going to haunt you for a while. At least until you go to Dave's.
I solemnly swear that I will never try to address Loco live on air again. I'm done with that. But I have some people did comment afterwards, and they left a comment. And I was talking to Dave Coe. I think I'm going to invest in a Digitrax PR4, I believe, the updated PR3, and I will do I will attempt to do JMRI, which I thought I'd never do, at least in this lifetime. But I don't want to update my Digitrax Zephyr just yet, so I'll just add to it.
If you were going to update your DCC system there, there's so many options, and I think we might actually start a fight in the chat, because it seems like one of those, oh, do you prefer forward or dodge? You know what I mean? One of those conversations, right? But just for peace of mind, what do you think? Would you stay with Digitrax knowing what you know?
Yeah.
And
that's not saying that any other thing is worse or Digitrax the best, but you use it, Dave uses it, the club uses it. I'm happy with it. So if it ain't broke,
Mark is keeping Digitrax forever. Okay. No,
take that to the bank. Take that to the bank.
Take it to the bank. I need to update my system soon, personally. It's a little bit on the older side, and I think I need a bit more amperage just for the size of the layout. Yeah. But the cool thing is that I can keep what I currently have and then just wire in so I have extra power. So I've got the main control amp, and then I've got an extra amp as well, just to give it more power. But I'm really concerned with the new Digitrax system and the controller itself. I don't know if it's because I'm so used to the old one, the DT. What is it, 302 or 902, something like that.
Yeah.
It
has the big knobs, right?
Yeah. Well, the one I have, the knobs aren't very big, but yeah, the one that you're referring to, the knobs are a little bit bigger. The buttons are a little bit more like, the play school kind of press the train, is a choo choo, press the cow moo.
Yeah.
But it's user friendly, so that's why
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So I'm sure it'll be fine though. We've got a question from Mr. Galton. Now, James he got a new house. He's building a new layout. So if you guys like to watch those videos that we have all done at one point or another of building a layout from bench work to wiring and all that, make sure you give James a follow. Make sure you check out his channel. But James wants to know what locomotive should he run on the M&M Rails expansion subdivision.
How about a GP38, James? A GP38 or a 40 CN road name. It's one of my faves.
I would have told him something way out of left field. So you played that one way better than what I would have. A go train. A go train, James. I know where you can get some.
Yeah.
James
James and Mike have a great live show. Eh? Their chemistry is bang on, and I really enjoy watching those two together.
Yeah.
I know on Monday James went live, and then Mike was kind of was in the field, but then usually Mike goes live, and then James answers the questions, handles the chat. So it's they're a good duo. It's entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm getting to the Bernard, the mini prince question here. Just arrived. What did I miss? Well, a recap. A lot. I like the telephone booths that you did. They look awesome. So very excited for those. And I mentioned those earlier in the stuff that's new. But
hey, you know what I'm gonna do? Maybe I'll buy a phone booth and a DJ, and then I'll have DJ change into the phone booth into Superman.
that works. Yeah.
Always thinking. It hurts
That would
sometimes.
work.
Oh, and back to Bernard too. I have something I want to, a teaser.
Go on.
I'm going to, I think I'm going to insert it into the Building a Local Shed video that's coming out soon. I have a clip of Bernard and Lily. Funniest interaction ever. I won't spoil it, but oh my God. Just wait for it.
Where was this from?
Let's just say we were all watching Bernard's live show about a couple weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
And I filmed it.
Uh-oh. Okay, so yeah, that'll be, yeah.
It's good. So hopefully Bernard doesn't mind me posting that, but I thought it was so funny. That's what we do. My family is so accepting of live shows. We all kind of watch together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of these are very family friendly, so, But Heath wants to know the hardest part about modeling is having a good beard.
Yeah, darn right. I just got mine trimmed yesterday for the show.
Yeah, me too. There's a chin somewhere under here.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is anymore, but
I'm pretty sure I saw a Go train, a Go car came by like.
That would have been amazing if I did my video where instead of an unboxing and unbearding, and it was just like right out the beard. Look at that, guys. It's missing a cab car. Hold on a second. Let's see what else I got.
My wife and I used to watch. My wife used to teach improv.
Yeah.
So we go to these improv contests. What are they called? Competitions. And this guy had a beard just a little bit longer than yours. What he would do is he would tuck it down, and he put a piece of paper in his shirt, and then pull it from his beard. Funny stuff. There's an idea for you.
I should really.
Tonight on GVO. I laughed. Made me funny.
That would be. Oh man.
Yeah, Heath is the one live show we don't watch as a family. It's just too upsetting to watch.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah. I'm still waiting for my slice of New York style pizza. I think he said he was going to mail me a slice, but he still hasn't. So I'm just.
I think a rat took that one, eh? I think a rat stole it.
Yeah, maybe. So this is my depression beard because of that. So thank you, Heath. You're the reason why I have this beard right now. So until I get that slice of pizza, she's going to grow.
You see this white here? This white was never here before I installed the switch machines. It's all new white.
I almost want to do a GVO time lapse of your beard. I think it's because of the show. I'm not gonna lie. Probably. There's a really good chance. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna watch 5 minutes of every single GVO, and I'm just gonna see it, and it's gonna. Oh wow. The things I put you through every single month. Are you going live? Are you going live? Not this week. Did you work on the layout? No, I'm too busy. Are you gonna do a live? Nah.
Funny.
Now, Chris is saying that's a real place. I still don't believe it.
Flin Flon. I don't know.
Where's my postcard, man? Where's my Flim Flam postcard? I'll believe it when I see it. Let's see.
It'd be funny if he posted a video on his YouTube channel. It was all green screen. Hi, I'm Chris W, and I'm a safari. And oh, look, there's a monkey. It's a green screen monkey.
Come to think of it, that is the kind of shenanigans that Chris would probably get into.
I know.
That is Chris.
And his Jurassic Park Jeep.
Yep. Oh, man. He's awesome. Okay, so sorry.
Where are we at here? Okay. Are we catching up at all?
Okay, well, we're going back to DJ for a minute because he said that the church kit has removable interior and individual pews and altars, and I'm thinking about just selling it at the N Scale show in September. Huh. Well, I'd ask if it's going to be a big show, but if it's an N Scale show, it might be a small show.
It's a niche market, eh? Who wants to buy just pews and altars?
I'm not sure. But I mean, I think you should give it a shot. And here's why. Because even if let's say if you mess up, which I doubt it, because it's you're really good. Even if you mess up, it's still a learning experience, and you're having fun doing it. And knowing you'll probably do a video about it, and you'll share your do's and don'ts and whatnot. So I think that it's great content, no matter what. So I think you should do it. Don't let it get to you. Just try it, see what happens. I've got this Dairy Queen that I've been working on all week and painting all the little parts, and I'm probably going to finish it up on Sunday. It's weird, but the front of it, because it's a stone pattern, that's kind of intimidating because then you have to paint all these little individual stones, individual colors. But I'm still going to do it, and I'm going to try my darndest and, have fun in the meantime. That's what we do. And worst case scenario, put it at the back of the layout. That way it's not as, people are not going to be all like, oh, those pews,
That's the thing. You spend all this time working on the interior, but if no one sees it, then what's the point?
It's true. It's true. It's tough. Oh, add stained glass window. That'll look cool because even if you have light on the inside, it'll make the stained glass. And if I run anything from art class, you can use colored tissue paper.
That's right.
It's just really small. It would have to be really small. So, but yeah. Wigwag says that he's the opposite. He prefers wood kits over styrene kits.
Yeah, some do. I think for me, and I said before about manufacturers, if there's a kit that I need or want, I think I would buy it, whether wood or plastic. Like say a church. Say I want a church on my layout, and there were no plastic ones available. I guess I'd buy a wooden one. Mm-hmm. I'm not against wooden ones. I just
it really depends on what you're looking for. I would never see a wood kit for a Dairy Queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If I was looking for a steel mill, do you think that ITLA is going to make me a wooden steel mill? Probably not. But Walthers has it. So Might
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
DJ said that you saw Gremlins. I think that was in regards to the water comment.
I think so.
I think so too. And Josh Junction, how's it going?
Hey, Josh.
And James says that he prefers NCE because Sparky uses NCE, which, I think that's the thing, right? Because, if I'm using Digitrax and I go over to Dave's house, Dave has Digitrax. So it makes sense, right? Like, I'm not
Exactly.
going to bring over a different system and whatnot and force that upon them. But I will bring over bigger locomotives and not run them. But either way, I think it's really based off of your group. Like I don't go down to James's house as often as I probably would like to, but if I did, then I would do the polite thing and use NCE and not complain about it, sort of. Or I'd bring my Digitrax and get him to try it out for the day until I leave.
Yeah, I've never tried NCE or anything but Digitrax, really.
Yeah.
So,
I think that if I had to make the switch, though, I would probably go to ESU.
oh, yeah.
Why ESU? Well, most of my locomotives are Rapido, and they have ESU decoders. So, kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? It feel limiting, but at the same time, you should still be able to use, like, Tsunami and whatnot with it. It's better for configuration of ESU products, right? So...
Yeah.
But I think that's what I would probably do.
Cool.
I'm not sure how far this chat goes because I'm seeing that DJ is heading to bed, and I'm not sure if that was 5 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago. So
yeah, he didn't hear your little pep talk, so I didn't want to harsh you mellow. Sorry.
All good. Oh, here we go.
You found a question?
Yes. Brian would like to know,
Oh.
what is one thing you are looking forward most to building or adding on your next layout?
Want me to answer first?
Yeah, so you're moving to Stittsville, right? So when Mark moves down the street from me, he's gonna build that little.
Chris, that was a secret, Chris.
Oh, sorry.
Honey, Chris told everyone that we're moving to Stittsville.
I want to move to Stittsville. Let's go. Put these dogs out in the yard.
Yeah.
Right now. Absolutely.
We're waiting for the house beside you to go for sale.
I'll come
I
over.
don't want to near the path. That path where I used to live. That's where I want to live.
Yeah, my wife loves your old place for that path. She's in love with that path.
Oh, yeah.
I think she wants to live in the path, like in the bush.
Lots of land there.
Well, yeah. But yeah, no, like real talk. Who knows where we'll be in a couple of years? We may end up in Stittsville. Who knows? Or Canada.
Just don't get mad if I move to Toronto for some reason in like a couple of years.
Yeah, see, our luck. We'll move to Stittsville. All right, here I am, Chris. Oh, yeah, buddy. Next week we're going to Toronto.
Is Dennis on right now?
Dennis is on, yeah.
All right. So Dennis keeps a perfect yard. He works like a horse.
Yeah.
Beautiful garden and everything. I just might move with Dennis.
Oh.
Ask Dennis if he wants 2 dogs and a woman and change his whole lifestyle.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not sure if Dennis heard that, but my wife wants to move in with Dennis because of his gardening skills and his love for pets and his love for my wife and.
Very
Chris,
simple.
you're getting the ranking is going down for you there, Chris.
Yeah, I feel
Dennis.
a little less love.
Dennis moved up.
I don't keep a nice
Dennis
garden.
cooks all the time.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, besides moving to Stittsville, yeah, I'm looking forward to putting in crossing signals on my layout. I've always wanted them. Just a thing I have, and it'll be like a very short-lived novelty, like, ooh, crossing signals, and then it'll be like, But I think when kids come over, or people come over to watch the trains go by, I think that would be a cool feature in the layout.
Mm-hmm.
Operating flashing lights, I think. So I'm gonna try that.
I think the best thing about what we're doing right now is that we're working towards something, and just like everyone else, you build a layout. We all start with a 4x8. We do some modules. We build a bigger layout. We find out what works. I just happen to be on like layout number like 5 or 6 right now, but
I lost track.
We're all working towards that forever layout. And I think by the time we get to that forever layout, we've done the track work. We've done the bench work. We've learned wiring so that we know, we can problem solve a lot better when we get there. Building kits and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. By the time we get to that layout, we already have like boxes upon boxes of buildings that we can use. But we're also narrowing it down. We're saying, okay, this is what I really like doing. This is what I really want my layout to have. And this is where I need to improve, or this is something that I don't want to have in my future layout. And I think a big thing there is the track. I think track is the most important part of your layout. And if your track is garbage, then your train's not going to work at all. And then there goes the fun.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel. And after trying, well, when I tried Atlas, it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't realistic. And then
my students say it facts.
Code 83 Pico. It's good. It's realistic. Do I want it for a main line? Do I want it for those high-speed trains with the big flanges? No, I want Code 100 for that. I just, after trying, and I've tried so many different things, I'm narrowing it down. That's what it comes down to, and I think that's where I would be going with that. Bigger space levels too.
Do you think the little hoses on the couplers would not get caught on Code 100 as much as 83? Or does that matter?
Are you talking about the little tail that comes down from the...
Yeah.
I mean, we should technically be cutting those.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just for magnets, for uncoupling magnets.
Okay. I cut a few. The Rapido Procore tank cars are very low.
Mm-hmm.
They catch on my it's too late. The things that go in between the rails. Yeah, 9:15. Start slurring my words and.
Well, it's the thing with crossings too, right?
Crossings. That's the little pieces inside the track. Mm-hmm. They get caught, and the switches too. Like they'll get caught and derail. Anyway,
I've seen it where people actually. I don't know if I can. Okay, so if that's it there, if that's the little thing that hangs down, right? I've seen it where people bend it up like this a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I usually leave it unless I know 100% that's the coupler and it's good. It's and then take it off.
Yeah.
Other than that, I usually just leave them. I don't really get any issues. I used to on my bridge, the inside rails, because I had them go like this. So then I cut it off. So now it's open like this, but it comes in a little bit, and it used to get stuck right at the point.
Yeah.
So I cut that part off. So instead of cutting every single whatever tail they're called, I just fixed the layout to work. Okay. And with the crossing, the wood crossings that I do, I file the ends so they go like this, but it's like a smoother transition. So even if the tail hits it, it slides up. It doesn't get caught on anything. It just slides up it and sits on top.
Okay.
So there's
Cool.
there's workarounds. You have to do a bit more work, but you know.
Yeah.
It
Well,
is
yeah,
what it
cutting is my last resort. I don't want to cut them, but just because it doesn't look right. But
is. Yeah.
derating trains is a pain in the butt. So, okay.
Oh, for sure. I don't know what's worse, right? Mike wants to know when the 2-year anniversary of GVO is. Now, are you referring to my layout? Because my layout, we're in the 2-year anniversary right now. We're in the thick of it because 2 years ago I moved into this house, and I believe it was at the starting of July, and then I was fully moved in by August 1st. We were in the house, and I broke ground more or less. So you can expect a 2-year anniversary video, most likely within the next week or so. I've just been really busy, as you can
Ooh, that's
imagine.
exciting.
A little bit. Ooh. But yeah, we've been doing this thing for 4 years, the GVO thing. So almost at that 5-year mark. Hopefully you're not expecting a raise still. Let's see. Oh, we've got a... Whoa. I clicked it and then it moved. Okay, here we go. If any manufacturers manage to make figures that really go about, would you install that system on your installation or layout?
Figures.
Now,
Like walking people?
Yeah.
Huh.
Seems like a lot of... It's like when you buy a car and there's so many electrical components. The more electrical components you have, the more that can go wrong, I think.
Yeah.
Again,
neat novelty. I mean, cool like for the first couple of days, but then like, yeah. It's one of those things where, again, someone came over that's new and never saw it. Like, hey, wow, that person's moving. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little guy comes out with a hammer. And goes back.
But they do have that one system, and I do want to say, I think it's from, I want to say either Australia or Germany, something like that. And CSX Mad actually has it.
Yeah.
And it's like a little magnet thingy, and it pulls cars around.
Magna Rail, yeah. So
Yeah.
cool. Oh my God, so cool.
But I mean, there's Magna Rail, but then there's the way he did it, where the cars get loaded, and the car goes up the ramp, and then it goes through the auto rack. I
know.
I had to sit down after I saw that. I sat down, I stood up again, and then I had to sit down because I stood up too quickly. That was amazing. Like that is next level. Like like so good.
I know.
Oh man. Like,
maybe Bernard can make an HO, a little boy, like animatronics doing this.
You know what? I could probably get like Riker to go, and he could scan Riker, but then you make the arm a separate attachment, and then you put like a wire.
Yeah.
You push the button, and then you push the button. Right? You could do it. You could do it. I've seen crazier things done, but like that would be, that would be neat. Delta says you should try the knock magnetic car system. It would make Mark and Chris's layout really interesting. Now I know Knock. They make scenery supplies and whatnot, like different static grasses and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they had a magnetic car system.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same as Magna Rail. Again, very cool. I don't think I'd be bothered with all the work that has to go into it. It's like you said, it's all little like the fidgeting and the tweaking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not plug and play.
That takes a lot more planning than just
you can't just add it.
Work. No, not at all. Because like when I add my track and whatnot, I vaguely know where I'm going to put some roads and whatnot. I'm like, oh, it would be cool to add a crossing here. But if I had like the Magna Rail system, I would literally have to say, before I even lay my cork roadbed, okay, so this is going to be a road that's going to go from here to here. Cars enter here, disappear here, and this all has to make sense.
Yeah.
And work seamlessly. That's, you know, I mean, it's on my list, maybe for the forever layout. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind trying it, that's for sure. Because it looks neat.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
But it is affordable. It's a affordable system.
Yeah. I noticed up above here, where was it? Heath, it wasn't a question, but Heath, or maybe it was a question.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, you find that.
Here, he says, Mr. Beast just hit 100 million subscribers. When do you think he will hit 10K? Anyway, I'm not going to answer that question because it's ridiculous. But do you notice that SMT Mainline just hit 60,000 subscribers?
He doesn't stop.
Isn't that crazy? 60,000?
That's crazy. I mean, good on him.
Yeah.
It's nuts. That's crazy. I didn't even think there was 60,000 people that like trains.
I know. It's snowballing. I texted him. I said congratulations, and I would just check the timeline here because I just texted him a while ago saying congrats on 40,000. Let me see if I can find the date. So it was October, 40,000. Now we're in July, 60,000. Crazy.
I think it was probably one of my first thoughts when starting to upload videos. I'm like, there's probably like 5 other people that like trains. You know, that's how you know that I just do this just for fun, because I have no idea that there was this many people, and I'm pretty sure he had no idea that there was at least 60,000 people. Yeah. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know.
You never know.
It's
anyway,
crazy.
Good for him. Well deserved. Happy for him. It's great.
Randall, Mr. Randall, how's it going? Speaking of vehicles in auto racks, I was coming back from Memphis one night and met a vehicle train in Sedgwick. And I kid you not, one of the cars in the hazard lights. What? One of the cars in the hazard lights on is. Oh, okay. Someone left the lights on? That's no good. I've actually heard of stories where cars get pretty banged up in auto racks and they arrive at, pretty banged up, but they're able to repair them at local shops and whatnot, and mirrors will fall off the sides and whatnot. And
yeah, that makes sense.
Always give your cars a once over when you purchase them. Always. All right. Bernard's checking out. Have a good night. And yeah, Trackside Mike says that Ron from Ron's Trains and Things hit 49,000. That's crazy. I saw that. That's a crazy number when you think about it. Like,
I know.
That's so cool. But yeah, I never really imagined things like that. When I had first started, and the first 100, they say the first 100 is always the hardest, right? And I didn't even think 100 people liked trains, you know what I mean? Let alone wanted to watch me play with trains. So, it's cool.
Or open your mail.
Yeah. Oh, me opening. I get excited when I open up mail. People now get excited to watch me open mail, and it's like sharing the experience. It's awesome. Yeah. I love it. CP368. There are train channels with over 100,000, but those are mostly just rail fanning. Do we think that there is more of a rail fanning audience than there is of just the hobby itself? Is that?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I think that, when you're like, I try to be well-rounded with everything, right? Like, I don't want to put out the exact same video every single week or so. So I try to switch it up, but depends on your audience, right? Like if you
Yeah.
make put out, rail fanning videos and that's what the people that follow you want to see, then why not, right?
Yeah.
Chris W. Will you be ordering an Atlas MP36 and converting it to Go Transit? It's on my list. I was thinking about it. I got to be honest. One of my top videos right now with over 50,000 views is of me doing exactly just that. And I think it was like 7 years ago. And that was when Trueline Trains was just sort of leaving the market. And Credit Valley, they had a couple on sale, and I bought one for $80, believe it or not. And up until maybe 2 weeks ago, before Atlas announced that they had the tooling and whatnot, those were going for over, I think, like between $700 and over $1,000.
Jeez.
And me, like an idiot, I sold it, but hey, it is what it is. But to answer your question, it's on my list. I'm thinking about it. Would I much rather buy one that's, done from the shop? Absolutely. But will they ever get the rights? Who knows? Metrolinx or whatever and Go Transit, they're very hard to work with, apparently.
Really?
Now that we know that they have the tooling and Rapido won't, kind of, I hope they come together, to do something. That would be, it would be beneficial for everybody, I think. Well, anybody who likes Go. And Randall, the autocorrect must have been messing with me. I was trying to say that one of the cars inside the auto rack had its hazard lights flashing. Oh, I mean, yeah, it could. I mean, that might have been even the car alarm. You know how, like, when your car alarm goes off, it goes, right? And then the lights flash. So, I mean, it could have.
Vibration,
yeah. Bumpy ride. And then CP368 production took me almost 3 years to reach 100. It's consistency. I think it's consistency. That's very important, at least from what I've seen. If you're putting out a video a couple of times a week, it's cool. Like, you don't have to do every single day. Some streamers, some of the, what are they called? The content creators, the people that are making it a full-time thing, they do fresh videos every single day. And unless new product comes out every single day, or you have the product on hand to be able to unbox it, review it, and then there you go, you can't. It's too expensive, and it's not doable. But it is what it is. I think it's better when you get like random videos and you're like, oh, good, and then you have something to look forward to. Like when Mark does a video and then I see that Mark, like, I get a little message saying M&M Rails uploaded a video or a montage. What are they called? The quickie? What are they called?
The short?
A short. There you go. M&M Rails uploaded a short, and then I got to see. Then I got to sit there in public with my volume turned up way high, see what fiasco that M&M Rails has gotten into this month. So, yeah. I mean, and I think that that seems to be the way that things are going, as opposed to making a whole, 10 to 20 minute video. People are doing the shorts now.
Yeah, that's the trend. Facts.
And comes back. More people like the rail fanning. My most watched videos are all rail fanning. Probably. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. When I do the that's one thing, because like I don't set it up so that I am posting videos of rail fanning, but I do include clips like in the keeping track when I do have some. You know, it's not geared toward one modeler or one set group. I like to do a little bit of everything, which is, you know, nice when you can pull it off, right?
Yeah.
Well, with all those cars that you have, no doubt you're probably weathering about 8 cars at once. Well, I don't blame you. Tim, you're still good for next week, right? You're up next Thursday. Just give us a thumbs up and let us know if we're all over on your channel next week. James said that you need a 5-minute nap, apparently.
Yeah, I'm starting to fade.
It happens. It happens. Now, if there's any other final questions, if anybody has any questions for Mark or myself, it's 9:30. We usually go for about an hour to 2 hours, but I think we'll take a few more questions if anybody else has anything. Otherwise, we'll see you next week on Tim's channel. I'm pretty sure Tim is good for that. Do you have any videos coming out? Oh yeah, you said that you have some videos coming out.
Hopefully, what did I do here? Still with me? What did I do? There we go.
Yep.
Hopefully Sunday. I have the footage. I just gotta edit it, and hopefully Sunday morning I'll have a video up. Short one. Not a short video, but it'll be a short one.
Ha. I see what you did there.
It'll be horizontal, not vertical. A short horizontal video.
A short horizontal video.
Yeah.
A 4-hour-long video. It's only 4 hours. That's a short one. All right.
I'm trying to post twice a week. But
yeah. Well, now's the time, right? Like
yeah,
it's summer and whatnot.
Once school starts, it's tough.
I think things have slowed down a lot for most people. Even looking at views and whatnot, and I think people would sooner go to the cottage and go out and ride a bike or something. And
weird, right?
Yeah, I mean,
what's up with that?
I don't know. Never got into riding bikes.
Sounds
like a lot of work. Gotta be honest.
Kidding.
With you. Yeah. Mike wants to know, what is the next big train or rolling stock coming out or you have coming in? So what's on your wish list, basically? Mike wants to know.
Well, I've pre-ordered the Bachmann Charger, right? That's what's called? Charger? Yeah. The Via Charger?
Charger, yeah.
Pre-ordered the Athearn Via Switcher. Pre-ordered the Via Athearn P482. So that's a lot of locomotives coming in soon. As for rolling stock, nothing on the wish list. I'm good for rolling stock for a while. So there's no want list or need list for that. 2023
is going to be the year of Via, kind of like how 2022 for me was the year of Go.
Yeah.
F59s, the coach cars, and then just like you, well, you're not getting a turbo, but the turbos, I don't know if that'll be in next year. I think it'll be early 2024, but yeah, definitely the P42 next year, the switcher, the charger. Yeah, there's a lot on the way. And as far as from what I've seen, even this year, the next couple that would be coming in would be the Intermountain Tier 4 GVOs the 100 Years of CN, which I think you would like that one, and also the military unit and the heritage units for CN as well. So some very nice ones, and I was really happy with my tier 4 that I just got recently.
Yeah, they're nice.
Probably one of the
Very nice.
running locomotives I have. So,
Are you going to build another shelf for your turbo train?
yeah, I started with 4, and I got another 4 or 5 shelves in there now, as you saw from the keeping track video. I have a couple more that I need to hang, and then I'll probably go and get a couple more pieces. It's really handy because, like, I can take, let's say, my ore cars. I can take my ore cars off the layout, put them on the shelf, and take the LRC cars and put them onto the layout, and I just use the same shelves.
Yeah,
So
nice.
it's kind of like those, those switch out modules that people use. You ever see those?
Yeah.
Very, very handy in that respect, where I'm not like I'm getting all my stuff off the layout, so it's not all piled on there. So very handy stuff. Most of my videos, most of my videos have a few videos, but the exception, longer videos were all rail fitting. Yeah, it's a tough market, as they say.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, just like we always do, just have fun with it. It's there's no contest here. Everybody has great videos, and we love watching, and we love that you guys watch our stuff too. So again, can't get enough of it. But yeah, Tim, like we had this conversation a while ago, because I'll do a layout update. I'll probably get 1,000 views, on a layout update for sure. He did a layout update of my thing, and it was like, what are you at, like 5,000 or 6,000 views on that video? Like, yeah. So
the trick is on the thumbnail, put huge layout.
Yeah, I guess so.
Whenever I see that, like, largest layout ever, big layout, huge layout, click, 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 click. Smart guy, that Tim.
Yeah. Oh, he said it's almost at 9,000. Sorry.
Dang, 9,000.
How dare I shortchange him, right?
I think for my next video I'm gonna do. Click here for
huge dog.
in small print, I'll put, I don't have a huge layout, but please watch anyway.
That would work.
Read the small print.
Well, we went over quite a bit tonight, and I definitely want to thank everybody for the questions, especially Heath for some weird reason, and for the interesting questions. And yeah, it was good to see like a lot of people showing up tonight. Special shout out to Chris though, like Chris for randomly showing up, and Dave had all like, wow, Dave's here, so that was awesome. But yeah. Oh, okay. There's more questions.
Serious questions too.
Oh yeah, super serious. So
yeah,
this is what you got to do. Beard oil, right? Keep things smooth, and just so you know, it smells like Christmas because I use peppermint. It's Christmas all year long, right here. That's right. What are
Mine's au naturel.
What are you stroking there? There's nothing there. You're like, yes. Oh man, these guys. Honestly, everybody have the best rest of your month, and we will see you next month for even more of Mark doing this.
Yeah.
Because because that's what made my night.
Longer and whiter. Longer and whiter.
All right.
Good show.
Everybody,
Good show, guys.
everybody have a great night. Mark, as always, it's been a slice. Oh,
Yeah.
and Lily. Lily's
Bye,
fan
everyone.
is everybody's
That's
all right.
Stand by. Show Dennis.
Everybody have a
See
good
ya.
night.
See ya.